Hey guys, I have something that I'd like to admit. I have an addiction. An addiction to heli pilots. I've always dreamed of becoming an attack helicopter one day, and playing battles with heli pilots is one step towards that goal. I mean, who doesn't like to go pew 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 on your enemies? It's a lot of fun, would 100% recommend. I would also like to be an icy boy at some point in my life too. I think it would be pretty cool and chill to live that lifestyle. Unfortunately, I can't do that, but the closest I can get to it is by using this broken strategy of ice, heli pilot and village. Okay, maybe not broken cause I hear it's really vulnerable to some early game rushes, but once you reach late game this shit is absolute bonkers, and if you run a long map like mine's then even better. You're basically unstoppable under round 38 tournament rules. So one thing I like to do for classic tournament streams is set the end round to 37, that way the game is decided 5 seconds after round 38 hits. And the start of round 38 also marks the end game for King of the Hill, so I feel it makes more sense that way to emulate the OG competitive spirit of Bloons. Only old-timers will remember that. Is King of the Hill Flash even running nowadays? I haven't checked up on it in a long time. I would be impressed if it were still active, though cause at this point it's been almost a good 5 years since its beginning, and like over 3 years since the last Flash update to the game. It's clear they have no intention of touching Flash ever again, and I understand why. Just like my videos in 2018, it makes Ninja Kiwi no money. King of the Hill Mobile though, I wonder if that even exists. Or a competitive scene rather. I reckon competitive mobile battles has been run under multiple names, and I vastly remember mobile King of the Hill never taking off as much as Flash did. Sigh, I wish I could rewind back to those good old days. Now in 2018 everyone's just playing the Bloons Tower Defense 6 waiting room game, and it's starting to make me want to microwave chocolate. Guys, I really want to try something new, but you know I can't if you understand how the YouTube game works. One day you're floating on cloud 9, and the next day you could be finding yourself in the gutter with only 2 options. 1, you try to climb out of the gutter by taking a different route, but that only ends up with you slipping up and falling down into an even deeper gutter. Option 2 is to just stay in the gutter until somewhere is there to rescue you. In this case the only people that can rescue you is Chris and Stephen Harris. I'm not sure if I can count on them to pull through anytime soon, but we shall see. For now I guess we stick to just doing random bullshit. Alrighty, so back to the game at hand. Looks like Cheap for the User has taken the notes right out of my pocket about what to do versus eco users, and that is to send out a BFB right on round 20 no matter what. Well, maybe not exactly no matter what, but in a lot of situations it's always worth a shot. But thankfully for me I've come prepared for what to do. No, you don't need an Apache to defend it as many people would like to believe. With such a long map and the ice tower at your disposal you can slow that big red boy down, let ice shards potentially do a bit of damage to it, and your several Razor Rotor heli pilots will be able to finish the job. Albeit it was a little messy to defend by me, but no biggie. Even though I ended up losing lives I can just easily regain all of them back by pulling out the Chinook ability. Yes, for once it can actually be used for more than just a most lives in Bloons TD Battles gimmick video. I'm going to hold off on doing that until much later though, because we still have plenty of time until the end round, plus I'm too busy spamming those pinks left and right for dank eco. Just a reminder to upgrade your village to the 3rd tier left side to take advantage of the extra 20% eco you get from sending balloons. It helps a bunch, especially when you get it early. But yeah, Bloons Mines is one of those maps where it's just so long that literally anything will work, even a loadout of Beekeeper, Bloon Berry Bush and Angry Squirrel. Trust me, I've tried that trio before and it did a lot more than I expected it to. However, I can't show you right now or for any of these games, otherwise I'd be exposing my hacking skills. Well, it's no wonder you never see this map or similar length maps in Ceramic Crucible and above. I guess another important point to mention while I'm on this game is that on top of using the life crates to your advantage, guess what? You can use the free tower moving ability to your advantage as well for that double stack. Indeed, it is more than just a gimmick and actually has a purpose if you're running out of room to build Apaches. Well, for a map like this it shouldn't really matter, but I did it anyway just in case I needed some room. Couldn't pull off the triple stack, however, certainly didn't have the time, nor did I have the immense skill to pull it off. It's quite a tedious achievement, I must say. Especially in a real game situation where your opponent can rush you early enough that you can barely get off enough double/triple stacking in time. Feels bad. Well, here it is, guys. For another time I show you the late game prowess of this loadout, not even using the fourth tower either, although dartling is pretty redundant if you already have village. And this is ramped up group ZOMGs, by the way, absolutely bonkers. Look at all the damage those Apaches are doing when you use the call to arms plus monkey boost on top. Doesn't stand a chance with all that length. They don't call it the HIV strategy for nothing, boys. Get it? H for helipilot, I for ice tower, V for village. Hilarious. Note, I didn't come up with that name, but what are the odds that you can come up with such a perfect term to describe the feeling of this loadout with the tower's initials? You know, with all the elitists or ex-elitists there are in this community, I figure they would have come up with something clever for all the other quote-unquote cancerous strategies, like how everyone just loved Ninja and Mortar when that was all over the place, and we can't forget when everyone was crying over Cobras too. Here, I'll start with what I like to call the age strategy. A for Monkey Ace, Ice for Ice Tower, D for Dart Monkey, and S for Spike, Road Spike that is. The loadout I just mentioned is just so AIDS. Everyone that uses it is terrible at the game and only pick those towers because they are not good enough to play with skilled strategies such as Glue, Exploding Pineapple and Super Monkey Storm. How's my elitist impression, guys? Give me a rating down below. So I sort of spoke a little bit more nonsense there than I should have, so let me just bring up some off-topic stuff now and we'll hop back into this interchange map before it ends. I don't really have all that much on my mind right now, but I think I saw someone mention sports before. Or maybe not. That sports is something I can talk about for quite a fair bit. Not in terms of playing sports. I'm far too out of shape to be good at playing any sport other than esports. But in terms of watching, well, yeah, more specifically professional basketball, baseball, then hockey in that order. I'm from North America, by the way, so to those of you not living on the same continent, then you probably don't follow any of the pro leagues over here, but those are the three I like to follow. Quite excited for basketball in particular cause my local team, the Raptors, are finally going to take down LeBron James for the first time. Kappa. I have to say Kappa there because it's LeBron. He's like the ISAB of the NBA. No matter how OP your team is, you have to fear him come playoff time cause he's going to drop 60, 15 and 15 on highly efficient shooting on you every freaking game. But this is the best chance of taking him down, guys, especially since he doesn't have Kyrie like he did in the previous years, along with a bunch of new faces that haven't proven anything as of this point. I hate to get my hopes up, but I'm feeling optimistic. We'll have to wait and see a month from now to see if these Raptors really are the real deal. Now in terms of baseball I don't follow as much, but that's because my local Jays are going to suck ass for a couple of years since the Yankees literally stole all the OP players from other teams, so I'm not looking forward to seeing them win more titles on top of the 27 they already have. There's nothing I hate more than seeing historically winning teams win even more, and do that because they have a boatload of money to spend on attracting free agents. Feels bad, man. Hockey I'm the least interested in out of the three. I only really tune in come playoff time, and that may be shocking to some of you since I'm Canadian and should absolutely have hockey at the top of the list. That's going to be a no from me, dog. Feel free to deport me to America if you wish. That's my brief explanation of my thoughts on all the three leagues I follow. Maybe I'll expand more if we get a couple of sports fanatics that want to hear my side in the future. For now we discuss balloons, and how there's no way I'm going to defend this ZOMG with the defense I have. That's what I was totally thinking too until the Ice Tower told me not to worry, he's got my back. And the Apache too, but just one definitely ain't enough on its own. The biggest helper here has definitely got to be the ice shards. Goddamn does that thing wreck every shit up when you put it in a bend plus boost. And all this with me basically going full eco and not having a lot saved up upon seeing the ZOMG, I have to say that's pretty impressive and at the same time probably needs a bit of down tuning. But who am I to suggest changes? I suck at battles. Have an interesting day.